Hey, I wasn't going to do September favourites, but then throughout the day I just remembered loads of things I have really liked because I've changed my routine slightly in the last month, so here they are. I'll start with some randoms first. I saw Legend in the cinema last week and that was really good. It's the one where Tom Hardy plays both Kray brothers, London gangsters in the 1950s. That was really good. And a TV one would be Peaky Blinders. I can't believe I didn't watch it sooner. I've been watching that on Netflix in the last month. I've actually watched the first series twice. I liked it so much. And I was waiting for my husband to catch up, so we watched the second one together. So good. The series are really short. They're only 6 episodes. And I was gutted when I found out. Like I hadn't known, and then I was on the 6th one and it just ended. But they're so good, so much work goes into them to make them, like all the little details are just, so good. I really like all their hairstyles, and Cillian Murphy is awesome. Such a good programme, I highly recommend that. Another random, this tea, I love tea. We have over 50 types of tea, and recently I've been making more of an effort to use up some of my loose leaves. And this is the Tiger green tea with quince. Yeah, and it's so good. I think it might be $1.99, and it comes in a plastic bag, and I just put all of my loose leaves in Kilner jars. And like fruit teas, most people complain that they smell great and then don't taste as much. I think this one actually tastes how it smells. I like green tea, but I think for somebody who maybe is only just getting into it, the quince in this might help you adjust to the taste of green tea. Oh, it's so nice. I'm really looking forward as well to when Tiger have their Christmas tea in stock. That's really good. It's like slightly sweeter chai, I guess. Really nice black tea. Onto some skincare things. I've had really horrible, dry, itchy patches of skin on my face in the last month, all in like my problem areas. And I've had big wheals come up with just like horrible red, dry itchiness. And nothing that I was using at the time was helping, so I went through all my different masks and I found this one. It's Nuxe Creme Fraiche mask, and 24-hour soothing and rehydrating fresh mask. Dethirsts and relaxes. It says to like put it on heavily for 10 minutes and then massage in any excess with your fingertips afterwards. I'm not sure whether maybe this just isn't as moisturising as it claims, or I am that dry, but after 10 minutes there's nothing left for me to rub in. So I've been using this like 3 or 4 times a week in the evenings, and it has been helping. I'm sure that's, maybe I'm using it too much, but it has been helping my dry patches, and at the moment none of them are itchy or really angry looking, so that's good. Another Nuxe thing actually is the Rêve de Miel lip balm. Whoa, bright. My lips have also been really dry the last maybe 2 weeks. And like this is my regular, it's the one I use anyway, but I think it's really good and it has been helping. I've been putting it on slightly thicker and letting it all soak in. My next favourite is the Mario Badescu facial spray with herbs, aloe and rose water. I love anything that's rose scented, and this one tastes of rose too, so if you spray it all over your face and your mouth's still open, it's quite pleasant. It doesn't set makeup exactly, but I like to put it on after I finished anyway to take away any kind of powdery look, and I quite often apply it just before I moisturise as well. If you watched my last tutorial, it was the burgundy one using loose shadows. I used all Aromalie shadows, and they're definitely a favourite at the moment. I have lots of these sample bags, and they're only like, for the samples it's $1, I don't know, 30 or something. So you can get quite a lot of them for not much money. I have been enjoying playing around with those, and you'll probably see them quite a lot more on this channel in the next few weeks. There's some really unique colours and a lot of duochromes, and I love duochromes. Another favourite from Aromalie would be their Gorgon lip gloss. I'll just zoom in. Don't know if you can see that, but it's like a purple with like green duochrome to it. It's so pretty. Sorry about my nails. The Sugar Pill Supermoon, but there's not much left on it. Another favourite this month was a bit of a rediscovery, I guess. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Midnight Cowboy. I don't think you can buy this on its own. I got it in a set. It's great for the inner corner highlight. I used it first this month because I wanted it as a base for one of the Aromalie shadows. I just quite like to use a base so that they are a bit, not more pigmented, but so that they stick on better. But I really like this on its own as well, and I've got really sensitive itchy eyes, and I quite often have to like dab at the inner corners because they get all goopy. And so I quite often lose any shadow I have there, so when I'm out and about it's great to just take a pencil with me and like fill it in again. Although to be honest, I quite often forget, but I am really liking it for that. Another highlighty type thing is Fie's Makeup Tips, what is it? Glow Highlight Powder, and this is the original colour. I had it in the loose form first, and I did really like that, but it's even more shiny in the pressed powder, so it's what I have on today, and it's just like liquid light. I love it. So I quite often layer my highlights. I quite often have, you know, a cream one on underneath, and today it's the Topshop one. But oh, I just like this one. The shimmer in it is definitely gold, but it's not too gold. A lot of gold highlighters are just too yellow on me, but this one is not too warm. So it's made by Phoebe. She's a beauty blogger. I'll put her blog down below. And she makes a number of different coloured highlighters, and she does eyeshadows now as well. Really recommend checking her out. Oh, another favourite this month that was sort of a rediscovery, and because my skin has been so bad, is the Illamasqua Skin Base Foundation. I think I've had this for quite a while, and I didn't love it because I've got oily skin, and I'd say this is more suited to dry skin. But it's the only thing really at the moment that isn't sticking to all the patches, and it's not making them any itchier. So I've really been enjoying it actually for the first time. It's the one I've got is 03, and it's slightly too yellow on me. And then I have their Rich Liquid in 120, which is too pink. And so I mix them together. I'd say about a quarter Rich Liquid to 3/4 Skin Base. And so it gives me a bit of extra coverage actually from the Rich Liquid, but it also neutralises out all the warmth, and so it suits me. Skin Base is meant to be inspired by the like Asian beauty balms and everything, but it's quite thick. I think a lot of people like to apply it with their fingers, but if you know me, I don't like having messy hands. So I normally use my facial spray actually, and spritz the brush I'm going to be using before I apply it. I quite like to use the Real Technique stippling brush for that. Another makeup favourite has been the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in Posh Spice. It's what I've got on today, only I've got a bit of the Anastasia lip gloss in Dainty dabbed in the middle as well. It's one of the Greysures, but it's slightly warmer than other ones I have, definitely more beige than grey, maybe even more brown. I really like it. I thought that it wouldn't suit me at all, but I wouldn't say it's flattering, but I do like it. I know I've mentioned this formula a few times on my channel, but I really like them. They're so comfortable. I don't feel like I'm wearing something that's dried down at all, and they wear away quite naturally. They don't peel off in like, they don't go all clumpy, and like some liquid lipsticks, when you press your lips together, like you'll get patches on one lip and it's all stuck to the other lip. That doesn't happen with these. Another makeup favourite isn't a product, but my eyebrows. I'm still shaving the tails off, but I'm drawing them back in more naturally. I'm drawing in hairs rather than block brows, and I am doing more arched brows again. I was doing quite straight brows for a while. My husband doesn't understand why I would shave off part of my eyebrows to just draw them back in naturally, but I am drawing them back in higher than I had before. I've been mixing it up every day, the products I use, sometimes powders and sometimes like pomades. But yeah, I'm just using the tiny little Anastasia brush, which I think I showed in my last favourites, to just draw in the hairs. I'm sure in no time I'll be back to doing straighter brows or like more filled in ones, but at the moment this is what I'm enjoying. Definitely not a September favourite, but it might be an October favourite. My favourite of the day anyway is the new Sugarpill Edward Scissorhands palette. It's what I'm wearing today, although possibly unsuccessfully. I don't know, I didn't know what I was doing. It's quite different for Sugarpill. There's neutral shades in it. I'm wearing all 6 of them today. The Ice Angel is stunning. It's a white but with a blue reflex in it. Probably can't see it. It's more blue than their Lumi pigment, which is more green, I would say. And the other 2 I'm really liking so far is the 2 dark shades. What's that one? Castle on the Hill and the Inventor. Sorry. They are so nice. I really like that Castle on the Hill is a cool brown. It's like a purpley grey brown. I really am liking that. And I was worried that the Inventor would be similar to Certain Stars, but it's not a shimmery. Yeah, it's definitely different. I'm planning on doing a blog post soon with swatches of all the eye products from Sugarpill that I have, like by colour, so that you can see how similar and not similar certain shades are. I just think those 2 dark colours blend out really well, and yeah, Sugarpill, your neutrals are great. So that's all my favourites for September. I'd love to know what some of your favourites have been, or if you like any of the things I've mentioned. If you try one thing that I mentioned, I would say it should be the tea from Tiger. They don't have an online store, but if you have a Tiger near you, I highly recommend you try that tea. It is amazing. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.